wish to turn my recording on. Yeah.
Well, don't tell us what the wishes are. It won't come true.
Ah, hell. I'm gonna use your cough as the marker. Because I can see it.
We could cough in unison.
1, 3, 2. I think there was one there that was perfect.
One of us tooted a little as well, but I think that was you.
How dare. Hello and welcome to Tales from the Gutter. I am Mikki.
Oh, hi, I'm Blake.
And this is our double night. We have been recording 2 episodes of Tales from the Gutter, but no, you will not get them together. A thing that you will know because this is the 2nd episode already.
Through the magic of podcasting, you might have waited a week between these.
And the deliciousness of the Bacon Big Mac.
Oh my god, that was necessary. This whole segment should be sponsored by McDonald's. That makes me sad.
Give us more Bacon Big Macs, you bastards.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba. I'm getting fat and I hate it, but fuck, it's so good.
Well, you can always dance it off with today's topic, an episode I am calling All That Jazz. Mm. So, about a week ago, no, God, it's the 10th, isn't it? How
I could not have
offensive.
told you.
How offensive time is. About 10 days ago, you had a Roaring 20s New Year's Eve
We certainly did.
party. That was fantastic.
That was wonderful. Thank you for attending and
thank
attending
you.
in style, no less.
Thank you very much. That was a fantastic evening. I think that's the 3rd year in a row I've been over here, and your New Year's are always the best.
That's great, because New Year's is such a dicey holiday.
Oh, I know. It can
and
go
everyone
totally
expects
horrible.
it to go south, so that's awesome. That makes me really happy. But yeah, that was a great party.
That was terrific.
We saved all the decorations because we're cheap.
You can do it 9 more fucking times.
You absolutely can. It's great.
Then we get into the 30s parties, and those can be bleak.
And it's the Depression, so we're recycling decorations from the 20s party.
Everything is John Steinbeck. Anyway, but until then, we are back in the 20s, and the original 20s. Ooh, see that segue? That was clever.
That was
smooth.
So smooth.
I know, right? The 20s were a decade with a lot of myths about daily life and culture. While we tend to think of it all like gin-soaked jazz babies, doing the Charleston while firing a Tommy gun on top of a trick plane.
Stop it, you had me at gin.
For the vast majority of people, the post-war years of Prohibition were strange and confusing times. A constant struggle between chic modernity and old-century conservative values, creating the false sense of the decade and the people who lived through it. But fuck all that boring shit. We're going to talk about something that was exactly as decadently depraved as portrayed time and again on screen.
I was so into that already. I can't imagine what's going to be more exciting.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever heard of Velma Kelly or Roxy Hart?
I have not only heard of them, I've heard musicals devoted to them. Yes. One, I suppose.
Yeah,
yes.
I suppose it's one,
Many
but it is
musical
complicated.
numbers. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
They are, of course, the main characters of the ever-popular musical Chicago.
I'm sorry, you're in the Maritimes. I believe that musical is actually pronounced Chicago.
Chicago? Not the band Chicago. Let's be very clear about that, because everyone makes that mistake once.
Really?
Oh, God, yes. You go looking for some Chicago, and you end up with Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't go there.
It sounds so much worse when you bastardize it that way.
Actually, there was someone at your New Year's Eve party who claimed to be the son of a current member of Chicago.
That is a true claim.
That's fantastic.
That's a
and
true claim.
Also, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's okay. Cool.
Like you said, it was a good party.
It was a great party. The show has run almost totally off topic. The show has run.
I was gonna say he's the son of the entire musical cast.
Of the entire the entire cast, all of them.
Yeah.
All.
When you're all in a pit, you can't really say who was doing who.
Listen, it's musical theater. You have to get with it or get the fuck out. This is Cats, baby.
Oh,
God. Which has run almost continuously with one theater or another since originally produced in 1975. Chicago, not Cats.
I was just about to question that.
and saw major mainstream success when it won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2002, starring, of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Zellweger. It was.
Wow.
I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stop that.
I was in high school. You're older than me. Looking like an old man.
I was middle-aged, apparently. Anyway, great movie, though.
Oh, my God. It was really good. Like, brilliantly handled.
Mm-hmm. John C. Reilly, Mr. Cellophane.
Oh,
I kind of hate that song, but he does such a great job at it.
Yeah, because it's such an annoying character.
I know, and then you're like, you fucking sad sack, and he's like, I'm such a sad sack, and the musical number, and you're like,
angry at you.
Wow, and you're not even like self-pitying, you're just like, yeah, no, I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
Guys, I get it. I'm a sad sack of shit. I'm Mr. Cellophane, because you see right through me and I'm clinging, get it?
Come on, get the point.
Anyway, good movie.
I love it. What most audiences don't know is that Chicago...
I love your commitment to this.
I will keep doing this. Was closely based on a true story. Namely, the 1924 murder trials of Belula Inan and Belva Gertner.
Now, why would they have changed those melodic names?
I can't think of a possible reason. Gertner and Belula Inan. Annan. Like A-N-N-A-N.
Annan? Beulah Annan?
Beulah.
B-E-U-L-A?
Yeah.
Beulah.
Beulah.
Yeah. It's like that classic, like, quintessential old lady name like Bertha, where nobody's actually named that. But it's what you reach for when you're like, oh, some old lady like Beulah or Bertha.
But my God, Belva comes out of
Belva. Yeah, that's pretty great. And Velma really aesthetically isn't a huge improvement, but it's still, for some reason, it works better.
It has a little more... Belva. Oh.
Mulva?
Gertner. Yeah, anyway, I much prefer the name Roxy Hart. That's fucking good.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
Duh. And by closely, I mean only the names have been changed, and Richard Gere doesn't sing Razzle Dazzle.
Well, then that court case was a bust.
It's bullshit. So, Beulah May Sheriff was born in Kentucky in 1899.
Beulah May.
Beulah May.
Wow.
Sheriff.
Oh.
Sheriff. Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Doomed from the start.
Ugh. And seemed to have a pretty standard, stable life ahead of her, marrying a print linotyper named Perry Stevens. Things didn't work out, however, and soon Beulah found herself a divorced social pariah in her small hometown of Owensboro.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Looking for a fresh start, she packed up and moved to the Windy City, where she met car mechanic Albert Annan.
There's a place in Nova Scotia called New Annan.
New Annan.
You're gonna have to visit there so you can learn how to pronounce this fucker's
New
last name.
Annan. Who she married?
I think there is. Yes.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a thing. They didn't just make that up.
I swear it's not spelled that way.
We'll take a drive there someday, and we'll ask all the locals how to pronounce it.
And look at their vast variety of local wines, which every goddamn county outside of the city has.
Local wines?
Local wines. Everywhere has local wines. This is Nova Scotia local wines.
Cape Breton can't.
Cape Breton has some local wines.
It's freezing up there.
Local wines.
Local wines.
Local
Everywhere
wines.
you go. Some are good. Some are hot, trash.
Hot.
A lot are good.
Trash.
Some are hot trash.
Who she married in 1920. Soon, though...
Sorry, that was a jump. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Annan. She married Mr. Annan.
We were talking about...
Who was a car mechanic.
Car
it's the
mechanic.
1920s. We know where things are going.
Yeah.
Chicago.
I fixed it.
The Windy Apple.
The Windy Apple. Soon, though, Beulah got bored and began an affair with Harry Kalstead. Sorry, I got thrown off by sudden German.
It's also just the most, like, normie name that we've come across so far.
Hi, I'm Harry Kalstead.
Yeah, right? Yeah, even a vinyl-sided house. Like, yeah.
Who she had met at tenants...
So shady. Like, fuck you for living in a vinyl-sided house.
Everything about
it. I don't, I swear.
Who she met at Tenant's Model Laundry, where she worked as a bookkeeper. And for a time, she would moonlight as Harry's lover behind blissfully unaware What?
She moonlighted as his lover? Like, was she being paid to be his lover?
No, like at night. They would literally, like, go out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, way more directly, by moonlight.
By moonlight. Gotcha. Not professionally.
Yeah, no.
More of an amateur endeavor.
Like, money, I'm sure, passed hands, but not in that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you got that sugar. Behind blissfully unaware Albert's back. Hooray for Mr. Sullivan.
Awareness.
Yeah. This is until the night of April 3rd, 1924, when Harvey and Harry, son of a bitch, when Harry and Beulah met for another night of scintillating sex, but ended up having a wine-drunk argument instead.
You know, that happens.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Everyone's been there.
The reverse happens too, where you're like, I'm so mad at you, and it's like, drink a glass of wine and bang me, and then see how you feel. Like,
I'm fine now. You want to watch something?
Yeah.
According to Beulah's recollection of the night, for one reason or another, there was a gun on the bed between the increasingly agitated lovers.
You know, for one reason or another.
Yeah, I mean...
My reason would be, I don't know, I just enjoy terrible fucking ideas.
It's the past. There were just guns everywhere. Go into a bathroom, there's a gun there.
Tossed on the bed. Yeah.
You know? As apparently was common during affairs in the 1920s, as no one really questioned why it was there. No one, any point, asked why there was a gun.
There's a gun on the bed, see? Yeah, I do see it. When is there not a gun on the bed?
You have to have a gun.
I went to the hospital the other day for an operation, and there was a gun on the gurney, just in case.
Went to the hotel, there was a chocolate on the pillow and a gun on the bed.
This is a really cliched, hackneyed movie, you see? You gotta keep yourself protected.
The first version of her story was an outright confession of murder, having grabbed the gun and shot Kelstad while he was getting dressed to leave. He, however, did not immediately die, and for the next 2 to 4 hours, Beulah sat on the bed, getting drunk and listening to the foxtrot jazz song Hula Loo on repeat, which I will play now.
Can we do that?
Yeah, by all means. We can.
Oh, what? Oh, through the power of editing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we had magical powers.
You can talk all you want about women, said a sailor known as Dan McCann. But if you want to know about women, you've got to talk to a sailor man. I don't know how many I have met, and there isn't any that I regret. But the lady who gave me a trim is a gal I can't forget. Her name was Hula Loo, the kind of gal that couldn't see through. She did her dancing in the evening breeze, neath the trees. Oh, how she used to shake her seaweedies. I never knew a man who wouldn't shoot a Dan McGrew and sail across the briny blue to the lady known as Hula Loo. Her name was Hula Loo, the kind of gal that never could be true. She did her dancing in the evening breeze, neath the trees. Oh, how she used to shake her seaweedies. I never knew a man who wouldn't shoot a Dan McGrew and sail across the briny blue to the lady known as Hula Loo. I've traveled in and out, I've traveled back and forth. I've seen them in the south and I've seen them in the north. I've seen them shaking east, seen them shaking west, but she does her shaking where the shaking is best. She's got a hula smile and lots of hula hair. There's plenty of hula here and there's plenty of hula there. She's got the cutest eyes, don't know the shade they are, 'cause looking from the ground I never got that far. Never could see through. I didn't know the language of her lips, used to say it with her lips. I never knew a man who wouldn't shoot a damn through and sail across the briny blue to the lady known as Hula Loo.
So that weird repetitive nonsense, tiki bar nonsense that you just heard was Hula Loo.
Yes, that we just heard.
That we just heard.
Yes.
We'll totally listen to it after the episode. Before calling her husband Harry and telling him that she had killed a man who had, quote, tried to make love to her.
Well, in fairness, you know.
It's not inaccurate?
Yeah, at least she wasn't like, you know, he tried to defile me. It was like, he tried to make love to me. Like, oh, against your will? Well.
We'll get there. Soon after her arrest, Beulah's story changed.
Beulah.
This time claiming she had shot Kelstad in self-defense as he had intended to rape her. So this is story number 2 almost immediately.
I don't remember Roxy Hart saying rape. I thought he was there to rob her.
Yeah, I think they changed it for... Well, we'll get
modern
to
sensibilities.
And she only narrowly escaped fate thanks to the gun. The gun is the hero.
This is this is very much the actual Chicago
it
story.
is so Chicago, and it's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's like, it's bang on. Ah, bang on.
Ah!
Bang, bang, see?
This was later again changed to an admission that Harry told her he was ending the affair. It's like adding to the story that
Wait a
you
minute.
finally
Okay,
get
so
to.
now it's all Harry told me he was ending the affair, and then he tried to take advantage of me. Like,
No, and that she shot him in anger. So no rape anymore. Anger and betrayal shooting.
she admitted this?
Yes, this is
seems
her
like
third
a
story.
Poor decision.
Yes. She makes a lot of them.
Well, starting with... Well, I don't know. There's been a lot so far, actually. I can't even say starting with murder, you know.
This itself was then changed one more time, all during her trial.
Oh, Lord.
This time claiming that she had told Kelstad that she was pregnant, which led to him dumping her, which led to an argument in which they both reached for the gun.
They both reached for the gun. Oh, my God.
But Beulah got to it first and, again, fired in self-defense.
Of course.
You take all the stories and you put them in one story.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
This is great.
Oh, yeah.
This is like Cell Block Tango completely.
The trial was a media sensation, as Chicago, as portrayed in the state's production of the movie, was in the midst of a femme fatale obsession, hot in the heels of many similar murders previous, and one very closely related just the month before.
Oh, Vilma Kelly, see?
Belva Boosinger.
That's the one. Belva.
Belva Boosinger.
Belva
B-O-O Singer.
B-O-O Singer.
Boo Singer.
Belva Boo Singer.
Boo Singer.
Wow.
Was born not far from the big city in Litchfield, Illinois in 1884.
Interestingly enough, we just went through her entire childhood a moment ago.
Ha!
Boo Singer.
Boo Singer.
Oh, poor Belva.
By the mid-20s, Belva had been divorced 3 times.
Well, yeah, her name's Belva. Nothing was going to work out. 3 times by how old?
3 times by 34.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, decent.
Efficient?
I believe you get your 5th one's free.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Including briefly to a wealthy industrialist, 20 years her senior, named William Gertner, whose last name she kept.
How are we spelling this? It sounds like you're saying it weird.
It's Gaeurtner.
Oh, it's even weirder. It's like Gertner.
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 Again, the show Chicago played pretty close to the truth, as Belva made a living as a cabaret dancer, though not in a double act with her sister.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. With the spread eagle.
Yeah, you never really saw her, did you?
No.
No,
it was always like some unnamed...
Just corpsey carrier right from the start.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It was through this that she met Walter Law, a married man and father of one who was 11 years younger than herself.
Hey.
The couple would frequently be found at the local speakeasy and clubs, dancing and drinking the nights away. According to those close to Law, though, the relationship was tenuous, as Belva was allegedly a very jealous and aggressive lover.
It's, 1920s love affair. Jealous and aggressive lover is a term that would probably come up a lot, but not often would I expect it to be for the women.
Oh, she's a crazy bitch.
Alright, go Belva.
Once threatening to gut Law if he ever left her, while brandishing a knife.
Meanwhile, was she married, you say?
Or
Or just dating?
This was after after the third divorce.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Or maybe during it, leading to the third divorce.
This would help the third divorce.
Listen, she fucked around.
Mm-hmm.
Law even once told a coworker that he was certain Belva would kill him one day, and likely tried to end the affair on many occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Original Don't Stick Your Dick in Gray's Hand.
There you go.
Actually, probably not original. Probably a lot more than that.
However, a very popular and famous.
An early forerunner, if you will.
On the night of March 11th, 1924, Belva and Law were out partying, as usual. The exact chain of events remains unknown, as Belva never elaborated nor changed her story, before, during, or after the trial.
So she's smarter than Roxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Law's body was found in the front seat of her car,
Okay.
next to a bottle of gin and a handgun, having been shot in the head.
I feel like every time we do a story about the 20s, we should drink gin every time you say the word gin.
That'd be a really good... we would be trashed.
There'd be probably at least 3 shots right now in this story so far. And this has not been a long story so far.
How fantastic.
Anyway, I'm going to drink some gin. You go ahead.
Yeah. Belva was later found by police at her apartment, still wearing a heavily blood-stained dress and stinking of booze.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Talk your way out of this one, Belva.
Belva claimed that she had been driving around and drinking, but had blacked out at some point and found herself at home, seemingly disinterested in how she got there.
This is the best excuse.
Yeah.
I was driving around drunk and blacked out at some point, but I certainly didn't do anything illegal or socially inappropriate, officer.
I don't know what you're talking
In
about.
1920, so everything I've just said is fine.
Yeah. She was disinterested in how she got there or why her blood was covered in Law's... or her outfit was covered in Law's blood.
She was disinterested.
She was disinterested. Just kind of like aloof about it.
Madam, you're covered in blood.
Yeah.
Am I?
Well, she admitted...
Who isn't these days?
Right? It's the 20s.
Did you murder him? Murder in this economy?
Well, she admitted the gun was hers. She claimed no memory of the event and figured Law had just, shot himself. Okay. Said Belva in her defense, "No woman can love a man enough to kill him. They aren't worth it, because there are always plenty more. Walter was just a kid, 29 and I'm 38. Why should I have worried whether he loved me or whether he left me? Gin and guns. Either one is bad enough, but together they get you in a dickens of a mess, don't they?"
Together they get you in a dickens of a mess, don't they? That is great.
Oh, yeah.
That is the
whole
best
thing.
femme fatale attitude possible. Just
And you
casually aloof about the whole thing.
You can so
Devil
hear
may care whether or not I
Catherine
murdered
say
him.
it.
That's great.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. The statement was given to Chicago Tribune journalist Maureen Dallas Watkins, who at the time was covering the courthouse beat. Back then, juries in Cook County were comprised entirely of men, and guilty verdicts for murder often carried the death penalty. So it became very common for attractive or exciting women to walk, often with the public's sympathies. Watkins' sensationalist coverage of both Belva and Beulah's trials, among others going through the legal system at the time, helped define the city's reputation for celebrating sin and vice. Readers voraciously devoured her coverage of the brutal murders, driving the Tribune to demand yet more lurid and scandalous details and speculation, to compete with their rivals in the Hearst publishing empire.
Oh, God.
While positioning the alleged perpetrators as stars of the show, featuring leering descriptions of the defendants' outfits, details about their affairs amidst the backdrop of the Jazz Age, The theatrical antics of defense lawyers William Scott Stewart and W. W. O'Brien.
Singing in the courthouse. Swinging from trapezes.
With ample space for both ladies to make headline-grabbing statements.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. As a result, and despite the mountains of evidence pointing directly towards the guilt of both women, Beulah and Belva were acquitted of all charges.
Okay, so this actually...
Yeah.
This level of nonsense actually happened. There's documented cases. I love this.
Yeah, like, it's a silly musical.
If they had better names,
true.
if they had better names, they would be household ones. That's great.
Oh, yeah. This happened within a week.
Amazing.
Yeah. The day after her trial, Beulah made a public statement that she was leaving her mechanic husband, Albert.
Oh my God.
Who had stuck with her through the proceeding, in which his cuckolding was described time and again in court and in the papers.
Christ, he is Mr. Cellophane.
Because he was, quote, too slow.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, full on Mr. Cellophane.
That's bad.
Yeah. That one definitely hurt the most.
Yeah, it
Just
does.
like, oh my God.
The day after? That's great.
In 1926, Watkins quit the Tribune and wrote the play Chicago.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there was just a stage play first, not a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she wrote that, like, immediately. She was like,
Okay.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
It's funny to think of Chicago as just a play, though, and not a musical.
Right?
Interesting.
Apparently it wasn't. It was all right.
Okay, yeah. I can see that.
You know, it's interesting, but... And it, like... Velma... Everyone was named the way that they are now. But Velma was in it a lot less. It was mostly Roxy.
Okay.
Yeah. Featuring the barely changed for legal purposes characters of Roxy Hart and Velma Kelly. Popular enough with audiences, the show was quickly made into a silent film the next year by Cecil B. DeMille. And remade in 1942 as Roxy Hart, starring Ginger Rogers.
Okay.
So, 3 different versions of this already before you even reach the musical. At some point in the 60s, Tony Award winner Gwen Verdon read the original play and suggested to her husband, stage and screen dance legend Bob Fosse, that he turn to adapting it to a glitzy musical. Fosse was eager, but had to wait until Watkins' death in 1969. As while living, she absolutely denied anyone the opportunity to reproduce the show after the movie Roxy Hart, having grown regretful of her part in acquitting the 2 clearly guilty murderers.
That's fair.
Yeah, she had a lot to do with that.
That's fair, and if you're going to feel guilty about it, you probably don't want to make money off it.
Yeah. Her estate, however, had no such qualms.
Yeah.
And signed the rights over before her body was cold.
Condolences to the family.
I mean, come on. The show debuted at what is now the Richard Rogers Theater on Broadway on June 3rd, 1975, to mixed reviews, and was on the verge of cancellation when Liza Minnelli took the part of Roxy Hart for a limited 1-month engagement. This allowed investors to support reopening the show at London's West End, where it gained critical acclaim and various award noms. In 1996, the show returned to New York as part of the Encores series that sought to spotlight forgotten and unknown musicals.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Chicago is a forgotten and unknown.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There was a shift. Quickly gaining attention and soon a coveted position back on Broadway itself, where this newly revived and redesigned show would go on to win 6 Tonys.
And, yeah.
21 years after it debuted.
Nice. That's cool.
And running for more than 9,000 performances and still counting.
Oh, is it still going?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Currently appearing and seemingly permanently at the Ambassador, where it has wowed audiences for every night for the last 17 years, as the second longest running Broadway show in history.
Ugh, after Cats?
No, Cats is 3rd.
Oh, good. Fucking Cats.
I believe
get it.
Hello Dolly is 1st.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But fucking Cats I do not get.
Among with other traveling revivals and tours of the production constantly going around. neither murderesses would live to see any of this Broadway success. Following the trial, Belva remarried the wealthy industrialist Gertner. Motherfucker was just like, I love you. But filed for divorce again in 1927.
Jesus Christ, she did?
He did.
Oh my god.
After she drunkenly threatened to kill him when he discovered she had once more been cheating. They reconciled for a third time and moved to
Why?
Europe.
No, but like... But why? For the love of Christ, actually, why? That's amazing.
Yeah.
How many times are you gonna get... Okay. I
yeah.
get forgiveness and all this, but that's hilarious.
I wish they had included that in the movie, because that would have just been like, oh, what a bullshit ending.
Every fucking time. Well, yes, and then still comes back again. This is so sad. I love this.
He died in 1948, and while they had moved, after they had moved to Europe. So they stayed together until he died of natural causes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Belva then moved in with
His
her...
shame presumably died much, much earlier.
My God. Belva then moved in with her sister in Pasadena. Her sister, again, not being a co-performer, just someone.
It's just me, or do all these stories end up with like someone retiring to Pasadena?
Oh God, yes. It's just, we go to Pasadena to get our stories.
Huh.
And she died at the age of 80 in 1965.
Okay.
It was reported that she attended the opening of the original play by Watkins on December 30th, 1926.
Needs more music.
Yeah. But her opinion of the show was either lost or never printed. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Following her divorce from Al Annan, Beulah married a boxer by the name of Edward Harlib, but divorced again just 3 months later, citing domestic violence and cruelty.
Oh.
During the
From which one of them?
From the boxer.
Yeah,
I know. It's just like
realistically.
yeah. During the settlement, Harlib was forced to pay her $5,000, about $75,000 adjusted for inflation. So,
A goodly sum.
kind of proven domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm, I would say.
And like when the 20s are like, oh damn.
Yeah, when the 20s are like, you hit your wife, and it was a bad thing. And it's like, oh, you were a bad person. You really did something bad.
Oh my. She was involved with a fourth man briefly, Abel Marcus. Quite a name. But this seemingly quickly fell apart as by 1928 she was committed to Chicago's Fresh Air Sanatorium for tuberculosis, where she soon died.
Jesus.
And that's the true and happy story of Chicago.
I can see why they omitted a lot of facts and replaced facts with music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Music is much better than some of this depressing and insane shit.
And then they died from tuberculosis.
Like, she died before the stock market crash. So, like, she got to be this major part of the 20s and then died before
and then crashed
the 20s.
Out before the crash. Well
Yeah.
done, really.
Yeah, she was peak fucking 20s.
How did what's her name end up? Belva?
Belva lived to 80 in Pasadena after inheriting the wealth of an industrialist.
Right. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. No, I feel like
Except for
that's...
the Pasadena part. That keeps sticking with me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the best, the most sensible outcomes for those characters as portrayed by Renee Zellweger and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones would just be like, yeah, I fucking took him. And Renee would be like, I don't know what happened, pout, 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 die.
It's so sad because, like, yeah, I've seen the movie. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that it's that true to life. That's fantastic.
Right? That is the dumbest shit.
They both reach for the gun. That is awesome.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I don't know if we even did, a proper exit on the last episode.
I'm just sad we didn't sing along for this one, really. There's a number of musical episodes or musical interludes we could have done.
We'll definitely have to, at some point, take that upon ourselves. Specifically when we do yet a different crazy musical. I'm sure we'll figure one out. I
just really wanted to be Queen Latifah for this one, but I guess the moment's passed, so.
I'm sure I can figure something out crazy behind Hairspray.
We'll look into it.
We shall look into it. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been Mikki.
I've been Blake, and absentee this week has been Brent.
Because he is on Sudafed.
He got tired from the last episode. Which was a week ago, not just mere moments.
No, yeah, totally. Check it out because it was really cool. And it was your first script, yeah.
It was my first script. It was a good time. And you can find it on iTunes and other things, apparently.
iTunes and many others because the list is really quite long. Just go to patreon.com/HereEgo for all of them.
There we go. Patreon/HereEgo.
Check that shit out. Goodbye!